What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Crossblades podcast, where it's all about faith, pop culture, and everything in between. I am your host, Samek,
And I am Nico Wolfie.
and today we're going to talk about the great PC console debate.
Yes, and this is a I'm on the side of PCs, as my friend here knows, and he's on the side of consoles. Am I correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I
And
do have a PC, but
he has a laptop, but I actually have a gaming PC, which is what this whole recording is attached to at the moment.
mhm.
So, if you guys are
we all know the
wondering,
debate. We all know the debate. PC is the master race. The consoles are the silly console peasant. But is that true?
yes, is it true or is it not true? We'll find out within this debate as we go through this process. But if you guys are wondering how we are recording this, we are using Discord, by the way. We have a Discord channel in Samek's server, and yeah, we're just literally recording off of using OBS and Discord.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so let me start by saying with the PC console debate, I personally go with PC because number one, it's a lot more bang for your buck in my opinion because everything is not just necessarily plug and play. There's a challenge to it, and I like challenges at times, and also because
Whereas when he puts in Helldivers 2, his processor gets a little too hot, and
mhm,
there are some PCs that, let's just say my laptop for an example, probably wouldn't even be able to run it.
yes, unfortunately, but even
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say even with all that trouble in regards to PCs, it's just that if you know what you're doing, you can have a blast if you know what you're doing. That's the thing. You have to know what you're doing when it comes to PCs.
I can understand that, but at the same time, it's like consoles are just so much simpler. You just hook them up, set up your account, put the disc in, or just push the digital thing, and you're good to go. You don't have because the thing about me and most console players, we don't need all the bells and whistles. We just want to be able to play the game.
Mm,
Like, sure, you can get it, you know, they're optimized for 4K, although mine isn't because I don't have a 4K TV. But then again, I don't need all that stuff. It's
mm,
like I'm pleased with just playing the game. It
mm.
runs decently. It looks fine. So I don't see the need in dropping like $10,000+ on a PC. That's another thing that I will bring into the debate. Consoles are cheaper.
Yes, but cheaper doesn't always mean reliable because consoles. Here's the thing about consoles: if it dies, that's it. Most times you can't fix a console unless you take it to like a repair shop, like a iFixit shop. But even then, you're getting scammed because they overcharge you for it.
That is true, but I mean, wouldn't the same thing kind of be true for PCs in many cases?
And not necessarily because the thing is that with the PC, you can actually fix the problem at home most of the time.
Well, that
It's
is true.
yes, with for example, like say like my graphics card died, for example, and I just had to get a new one. But the thing about graphics cards, for the most part, they're plug and play, just like a console. You plug in your console, you plug in your graphics card back into your PC, the new one, obviously, and then you configure it in your BIOS, and then you reinstall the drivers, and you're good to go.
It is true, but you don't have to worry about. You see, PCs seem to be a lot more. You have to maintenance them more,
Mm-hmm.
and with consoles, you don't really have to do that.
That's
They will
not.
just they'll update automatically, and then boom, there you go. They're good to go. I mean, older console, like, yes, I know the Xbox 360 was definitely known for, the Ring of Death
Yeah.
and other stuff like that, but I haven't had any problems with my Xbox Series X or my PlayStation 5.
Okay. But also another problem I find with consoles is that limited storage.
That is something that I agree with, but you can get storage.
Oh, I know you can. With
Yeah,
PS5, you can.
like, well, I have extended storage on both my
You do.
S and my PlayStation 5. Yeah.
How'd you do
My
that?
PlayStation 5, I even got my PlayStation 5, I even had the external and internal storage.
Yeah. Okay.
It's,
Okay.
It's actually not hard at all. But,
Okay. Did you like put like another SSD into it?
for the internal, yes.
Mm-hmm.
For the external, it's literally just like a little plug-in thing.
Oh, okay. It's just like a USB
So
drive.
yeah, so it would be, I guess, very similar to you swapping out your graphics card.
Very, very true. And that's actually something I didn't know they could do, which is very, very interesting.
Oh,
I
yeah, they can do that.
But I will say having external storage is a little bit of a gamble because if you save your game and that thing goes kaput, and like if that drive goes kaput, your game is completely gone. Like it can really screw up a lot of things. That's why Bracky, my friend, I mentioned him in the previous episode. He tries to save everything onto an external drive via USB. Oh my gosh, is that one? It's not good. Okay, don't ever do that because USB is one of the slowest forms of transfer rates ever.
Well, I can understand that, but then again, I mean, can't storage drives and other drives within PC screw up as well?
Oh, they
I've
can.
heard,
Yes, they can. They can fry too.
I've heard of them frying too, so y'all essentially face the same issues.
Well, yes, but my point is that doing it over USB instead of it's because most drives plug directly into the motherboard, which is the same, which is like the brain of your computer, and if they go out, they're easily replaceable. But if you do stuff like say like with the USB, for example, then your drivers with your USB will get messed up, and the transfer rates are all screwy.
That's understandable, but I use the USB for my PlayStation 4 games, and I have an internal, like an internal storage that literally you connect in there for the PlayStation 5 titles.
So you mean like the chip?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a M.2.
Yeah.
Yeah. M.2s are cool.
Yeah, I have those for the PS5 titles.
Okay, gotcha. Well, if you're doing that, then I think that'd be fine. But
yeah,
I'm against saving stuff via USB unless you're doing like just like video files or pictures or stuff like that or programs. But if you're trying to do like games and play games through your computer on an external drive like that via USB, that's just not a good idea.
That's true, but consoles actually kind of optimize that a little bit better.
They do?
When it comes to USB, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wanted to, I could literally move all of my stuff from my USB to the internal drive, to that little
The M.2?
the SSD M.2.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I think it's M.2 or is it SSD? I think it's SSD.
And the SSD can be two things. It can be a hard drive, which is via SATA ports, which is slower than an M.2. An M.2 is literally a chip that's a hard drive, like a thin chip.
It's about, okay, I forget what it's called. It's about this long,
Mm-hmm.
about that thin,
Mm-hmm.
and you literally just stick it in there.
Yeah, and you just drill it down. Yeah, drill it down. Yeah, that's an M.2.
Okay, so it is M.2. My bad. I just forgot what it was called.
Yeah, it's a form of an SSD, but it's called an M.2 drive.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, if I wanted to, I could put all of them in the M.2 drive, and then there you go, we're good to go.
How big is it?
It's just the reason why it's like the one I have is 2 terabytes, but you can get up to 4 to 8 terabytes.
Yeah. They're just expensive.
So they are, but then again, a PC is expensive too. So
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I gotcha.
But yeah, and also I think you and I can both agree with this.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest advantages to a console, the physical discs, the physical gaming.
Yes, I can agree with that. But then again, we also have, but there's also a caveat to that. You know this, ripping games legally.
True. There is that.
Yeah, so you rip, say, like, because you yourself have ripped some of your PS3 games to play on a PS3 emulator.
Mm-hmm.
He did this completely legally, people. I want to make that very clear. It's okay.
Yeah,
What is illegal? I want to, because I'm the tech guy. No offense. What is illegal is to take ROMs of games, say like a PS3 title, Wii, GameCube, all that stuff, whatever console you're playing on, and putting that into an emulator. The ROMs offline that people upload, that is illegal. But if you rip the games yourself, that is completely legal, as long as you don't distribute them.
Yeah, because I bought the discs.
Yeah, that's legal. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do need to figure out how to do that with PS2.
I think it's a very similar process.
Yeah, but that is one thing though that I will give, and I will say this though, I'm glad that I was able to find a PS3 emulator, but at the same time, it crashed quite a few times.
Yeah.
Whereas that's one thing, one of my biggest pet peeves with the PS5 is its lack of backwards compatibility.
Yes.
Because if it had full compatibility like Xbox, dude, you just slip that disc in and just play.
Yeah, just go to town, right?
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. Is modern, like I'll go ahead and into that.
It's part of this.
It's part of this. Modern consoles, I will admit, they have a lot of awesome bells and whistles that are definitely needed. They have a lot of cool features, but I think my biggest problem is, especially Sony, is their lack of backwards compatibility.
I can agree with that.
Because, I missed out on a lot of PlayStation and Xbox titles growing up because I had the Wii. So I'm kind of going back. Like, a lot of them I could find digitally through PC, through, PlayStation is re-uploading a lot of their old PS2 titles. And with Xbox, they have full backwards compatibility. But this is partly my fault. I got the Series S, which is digital only, instead of the X, which can allow discs. That's my fault. But yeah, it's like I do wish Sony would adopt, being able to do that, because that also would lead to preserving games.
Yes,
and we all know the whole situation with that. But that's another reason why I will vote console over PC, is because on PC, if a game is taken down, that's it.
Not necessarily. You ever heard of Internet Archive?
Huh?
Ever heard of Internet Archive?
Well, that's pirating.
Unless it's gone out of... oh, wait, yeah, it is. Never mind.
Yeah, that's pirating, dude. That's, like, illegal stuff.
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
Console, if you have the disc, you can still play it to some certain extent, unless you're Ubisoft.
Well, yeah. But then again, there are discs for PC games. They're still out there. A lot of PC games. Like Sims, for example, PopCap games. There's tons of games out there that still have discs. Heck, even the old Sim games, like not the Sims.
Modern games.
Modern games. Most modern games, unfortunately, are basically downloadable, like on Steam and all that, and Epic. Steam is really good at keeping your license for the game. I have several games that are no longer on the Steam store, and I still can play them if I want to.
Oh, well, I know that, but I mean, like, take for an example, I was getting into the Lord of the Rings games, and I wanted to play War of the North. Well, good luck, because it's off the Steam store. I'm like, crap. So I had to go buy a PS3 disc and emulate it.
Did you? Was it playable though?
On the emulator?
Yeah.
Half and half.
Okay, yeah.
I was able to beat it, but it did crash on me a few times, and the optimization points were pretty kind of bonkers.
Yeah, that's fair.
SOCOM and 007 Bloodstone, I can't even run them at all.
Yeah, that sucks.
Which is why which goes back to Sony, please make your next console backwards compatible.
Yeah, because I remember playing Ghost Rider on the PlayStation 2 of all things, then Spider-Man 3, and I've never seen a console from Sony that is backwards compatible except for the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, but even then, it was only like the first wave of PS3.
Yeah, and then they took it away.
Yeah, the later editions, they didn't even add that.
Yeah. And they're also, I hate this is off a little bit off topic, but it is relevant. They're also taking away Blu-ray. Blu-ray is going out of not business, but they're weeding it out.
Do what?
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you, but what?
Blu-ray and Blu-ray discs are being phased out.
That was going to be my other thing with consoles was it had the disc drive allows you to watch movies
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and you could just watch it on your TV, whereas a PC you usually have to pay for like some Blu-ray player, and the free ones aren't the greatest. But
Yeah.
that's one thing I'll give consoles is when you get one with a disc drive, you can watch movies on your discs.
Can your Xbox do that?
Well, no, because it's the Xbox Series X can. I have the S, which is just purely digital.
Got it. Got it. All right.
But yeah, like my PlayStation 5, well, I'll watch movies through that.
Yeah, I have Bracky's mother uses his old PS3 to watch movies too.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, why are they getting rid of blue? What's the next thing?
There's no next thing. It's all going digital. They're trying to phase it out completely so everything's digital. Because you know what they say, if you only have a license to,
Own nothing but be happy. Yeah, straight up communism.
yeah. Let's be honest, it kind of is, but
It looks good on paper, but in reality, it's gonna suck.
yeah, that's why physical media is so precious nowadays.
Uh huh. That's so ridiculous.
I really think that you should invest in a digital library for your movies at some point.
You literally just said talked about physical stuff.
No. This is part of physical media. You can legally make a digital library for games and for actually maybe not with games, but with movies you can with the server. You can make your own server, and literally if you have a VR set, you can literally make a movie theater for it too. It's possible. There's a whole I can send you TikToks about it actually.
I'll look into that.
Yeah, because it's worth it. Trust me.
Huh.
Like there's this guy who literally has an entire library filled with old movies like Spider-Man, not GoldenEye, what is it called? James Bond, almost anything you can think of, Lord of the Rings, all that stuff.
GoldenEye's one.
I know, but it's a game, not a movie.
No, the movie's GoldenEye.
Oh, there's a movie for GoldenEye? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what the game was based off the movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, anyways.
And you need to watch that one. That was good.
Yeah. But my point is that with physical media, if you rip the discs legally, obviously, and don't distribute them, you can make your own library server from a certain. I think multiplex is one of them. Is what they're called, multiplex servers. I think. You have to look into it. I have to check it. But that's different. Anyways, back to consoles and PCs.
Or I could just put them in a Blu-ray player.
Well, yeah, but still, it's just you can do this with VR, man.
I don't have a VR set.
Get a VR set, broke wiener.
Is a headset considered a console or a PC?
I don't know.
One of these days, it'll be the great console, PC, and VR debate.
One day, but I think but the thing is that I think it's more PC based because it goes with PCs more than it does consoles.
I think it really depends on which one, because you have the Meta that serves as its own PC and console. It's like both. The Oculus connects to PCs, and then you have the PlayStation that connects to the PlayStation. So it really just depends.
Yeah, I agree.
I was really, but
I know. But I'm not going to give any money to Meta. I'm going to go with Oculus if I ever get a VR set.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have room or the money to do that. My house is small. I'd probably bump into something.
Probably. Just know that at my school, where I go to school for CIT, because I'm studying to be a computer technician. For anyone who wants to know, um, they have a VR set at the school, and I've played on it. It's actually kind of fun. They have Beat Saber. They have I think something similar to Fruit Ninja. Um, all kinds of cool stuff. So
Which one is it?
I think it's a Oculus.
Okay.
But yeah, I've played on. We actually, what am I saying? We have a VR headset. We just don't use it. We were
You do?
gifted. Yeah, we do. It's our families, but I could use it if I wanted to and hook it up to VR chat. Why am I'm so stupid. Why haven't I thought about this? I don't know. Anyways,
I mean, well, anyways, I don't have one, but yes. Sorry. Back to the PC console debate.
yes. So, is there anything else that I can think? I'm trying to think of anything else that are good about PCs. Like, as my main debate is that it's just higher quality.
True, but like us, it can be higher quality, but a lot of times the games are horribly optimized for it,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just paying so much for all of this, extra stuff
Mm-hmm.
that for me, I really don't need. I'm like, you just give me the console, give me the game, give me the controller, pop my headbuds in, and I'm good to go.
I
Like
see.
I said, I don't even have an HD TV. One, because it's like I don't need it. One of these days, sure, I might eventually upgrade, but like, okay, let me put it this way: it's HD, but it's not 4K.
4K HD peasant.
You know what I mean? It's not those 8 good grief. There's even like an 8K now. I'm like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Some of those like 8K screens make my head hurt.
Yeah, I can. I feel the same. I can deal with 4K, but 8K. What is
It's
going
more,
on with this?
and the whole, like 300 frames per second. It's like the human eye can't even see past 60. So what's the point?
Yeah, I think that that's actually trying a way to conspiracy theory here. I think that's a way to destroy one's eyes, not actually make things better.
Hey, you could be right, but yeah, it's like for me, it's like if you want to do all those bells and whistles and you've got the money for it, okay, go for it. Me, I don't need all of that.
Hmm.
I'm a simple guy. It's like you just give me what I want
You're a hobbit.
for a. I mean, in this case, sure. So just give me what I want for a decent price, and as long as it runs well. I mean, yes, we do have standards. It's like I don't want it to have 2 frames per second and it look like crap. No, definitely by all means, make it look good.
Hmm.
I mean, the PS5 stuff looks pretty good on it.
But
I've
there
heard
have
good
been
things. Have you?
instances of where games are still garbage on the consoles. There are instances of it. You can't get
Oh,
away
for
from
sure.
that.
You get away from that. That's not even the console or the PC's fault. That's just the game developer.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I want to make something clear though. I do have a gaming PC.
Hmm.
I got it mainly for I got it for writing because I'm a writer. I got it for my digital art. I
Hmm.
got it for possible video editing.
Hmm.
But I also got to play some games, and it runs pretty well. I mean, something yes that I will give to Steam especially is there's a lot of games on there that you can't find on console,
Hmm.
which is not necessarily a whole PC versus console situation. It's more about Steam versus Microsoft and Sony.
Yes.
Because Sony and Microsoft, you have to pay out the yin yang in order to get your game on there.
Hmm. Especially with Game
Whereas,
Pass.
uh, whereas with Steam, they're just like, hey, upload it.
Hmm. And the thing is,
So
another thing
that's
that
more of a Microsoft and Sony. But yeah,
another thing I'm gonna give to debate with PCs is that PCs has more indie developers.
I can respect that. Yes.
And indie developers, instead of greedy corporations, are more worthy of my money than, say, like Activision, for example. We all know what's wrong with Activision.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one reason why I personally do PC and not console, because I prefer having to support indie developers.
That that is extremely fair. I would love one of these days for a console to be on the rise to where they're like, hey, here's for you indie developers. That
Mm-hmm.
would be really cool.
What's
Give it all
interesting?
the bells of modern consoles, but give it backwards compatibility, possibly even throw in a couple emulators in there.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah,
make it
yeah,
everything you would ever want. And then, yeah.
yeah. I agree. I hope that happens one day. But in terms of
Who knows? Maybe
emulation,
you and I maybe could be so famous we could filthy sick and rich and we make our own.
no, I don't know if I don't think it would ever come to that personally, but I don't know.
Hey,
But
we can dream.
yeah, we can dream. But I was gonna say that Supermarket Simulator is coming to consoles.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're working on a console build as we speak, along with multiplayer. Which, if that's the case, there's a possibility it might be crossplay.
Okay.
So if that happens, then you could get it on your PlayStation and play it that way if you want.
I mean, I already got it on PC.
Yeah, I'm just saying if it's poorly optimized or something. But I mean, if it just makes your PC run too hot or something. But I doubt it. It's a very small game.
It's small, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. I do it. The thing about me is, yes, you're all for PCs. Me, I'm the kind of guy, even though I prefer consoles, I I get PCs. I understand why people like them. I have a high respect for them, and I do admit that they have advantages.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of the guy where I'm in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
but I will still usually prefer a console because, like I said, they're simpler, they're less expensive, and you just slap it in. There you go, you're good to go. You don't have to do all this extra programming and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Another fact I'll mention is that keyboard and mouse. There's a lot of people who do not have the ability to use a controller with their console because of the fact that they're so used to a keyboard and mouse. I mean, I can switch over because I do play some games on my PC with a controller, but like when it comes to say like shooters, for example, I cannot use a controller for the life of me. All right, I have to use a keyboard and mouse.
To be fair, most modern shooters allow mouse and keyboard for console.
You literally can plug and play with a mouse and keyboard.
You can either plug and play or you can use Bluetooth. Yes.
That's a new feature I did not know about. I know
Yeah,
you
it's
could
been
do it for
around for years.
Minecraft. I didn't know you could do it for like Call of Duty and stuff.
Yeah, you can do it for Call of Duty, you can do it for Helldivers, you can do it for quite a few modern shooters.
That's interesting.
It's been around for a while, actually.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Not all games, but a lot of them do that. Yeah.
Hmm. I'm assuming they can't do it with Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, no, because that game is no way, shape, or form built around a mouse and keyboard. That would be extremely awkward actually to play with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, same thing with Monster Hunter, in my opinion. How
Yeah,
can
because
people play Monster Hunter with a mouse and keyboard? I have high respect for those people.
I have no idea. But yeah, like Helldivers for example, considering that's a shooter, yes, you could. I'm pretty sure you can do mouse and keyboard with that one.
Okay,
But like games like Ghost of Tsushima, where it's mainly sword combat, then no.
that makes sense.
But I do know that like a lot of shooter games allow mouse and keyboard.
Hmm. All right, that's fair. Didn't know that
Like
though.
Call of Duty, for example, yeah, I remember booting up Modern Warfare 2, the new one, and it had the option for mouse and keyboard.
Sweet. Well, not
Yeah.
anymore, obviously, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I miss DMZ so much.
Yeah, I need to look up that game that you mentioned, Escape from Tarkov.
No, not Escape from Tarkov. That is, oh, dude, that is like the Dark Souls of extraction shooters. So the one I'm talking about is Incursion Red River. That one's
Ah,
purely EVE
Okay, I
to
gotta
be
look into
single player
that.
or. And I have it. I just haven't played it yet.
Okay, I do wish you could connect. It would be nice to have a cross-platform console specifically that you could put Steam games on. You know, well, people are gonna say, "Oh, there's a Steam Deck." I'm like, that's not the same. That's a handheld.
Let me let you in on a little secret.
What?
Xbox is going to allow Steam on their console.
Oh, really?
Hmm. First, the Xbox is coming out with a new handheld
Mm-hmm.
that allows Steam,
Mm-hmm.
and they said their next console is going to allow Steam. And
Oh,
Sony announced that they're going to make their platform, their exclusives go to other platforms. So there's a possibility that even Sony is going to allow Steam. So that would also end the debate of, well, PC's got more exclusives. Well, if Sony X and Xbox have Steam, then there you go, problem solved.
yeah, that is problem solved. Wow. Okay.
So they're ending the console PC wars.
Yeah, I think that's
Of course, then you got Nintendo that's just sitting there all greedy.
yeah. Nintendo. About that, did you hear about the Dolphin situation?
What we mean Dolphin situation?
There's an age-old
Maybe.
emulator called Dolphin. Okay, and that's for
Okay.
GameCube and Wii. Okay,
Okay.
Dolphin was put on Steam briefly, and they were going to release it, as a Steam download. So Nintendo sent the creators of Dolphin a cease and desist letter for putting their emulator on Steam.
That does not surprise me. Nintendo is one of the greediest Japanese, if not just one of the greediest, period, corporations.
In fact, the fact that they're bricking consoles over the fact that you try to mod them,
Yeah, I know.
that is beyond stupid. Like, that's not cool. I understand like trying to mod it to get to piracy for piracy. I understand bricking a console for that reason, but modding it but for like just you know what I mean, modding just for game mods. That's not, yeah.
To think that they started out in the 1800s as a lumber company.
Well, you know that they actually had more devious things during the 90s, right?
Yeah, let's not go there.
We're not going to, but I know that fact, and it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that. It's kind of like,
Yeah,
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia. Oh no. Oh no.
But
You got that meme stuck in my head with Mario doing the dance in the parlor of a pizza shop.
here's the thing.
Yeah,
I'm of the guy to why can't we just say both are needed?
they are, and I'm gonna.
Both are needed. Both have their niches. Both have their bells and whistles, their pros and cons.
Mhm.
And there are people who love PCs. There are people who love consoles. There are people who love both. It really just, honestly, to me, I think the way to end this debate is they each got something going for them. It
Mhm.
just depends on who's buying it.
I agree.
Okay, okay, my bad, mom. Sorry. They each have something going for them, and it just depends on who the consumer is.
Yeah, I agree. Like the thing is that at the end of the day, it's a tool, okay,
Mhm.
and how you use it reflects, what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Apple versus Mac versus, Windows versus Macintosh, and then, or Linux versus Macintosh, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with,
Apple versus Android.
yeah, it's all just a tool.
Android. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I
Well,
personally like Android, but
I do
understand
too,
why
but
people.
that's beside the point.
I'm just,
Yeah. So yeah, I think we've talked a good bit. Enough. Do you think this is a good stopping place?
I do want to add one more thing.
Yeah, sure.
I could so hear some of the comments. Okay, well now that you've done that, Xbox versus PlayStation. I'm going to be very brief. I want
Okay.
to say this.
Yeah.
Once again, they each got something good going for them.
Mm-hmm.
As a whole, I feel like Sony did a lot more for gaming than Microsoft has.
Yeah.
Because let's just be honest, if it wasn't for the PlayStation 2, Xbox wouldn't even exist.
Mm.
Yes, the Xbox 360 was better than the PS3 in many ways.
Yes.
But I think everyone can agree that the PS4 was better than the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Whereas the modern era, they're both kind of half and half, although PlayStation has sold more units.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, just like I've said earlier, they both have bells and whistles and things going for them. Although at this point, they're both pretty similar. The only thing that I would say, Sony has better exclusives, but Xbox has backwards compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
Forget Nintendo. They can just,
yeah. I get you.
They can just forget about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like both.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I have both.
If I was ever to get a console, I'd probably go with the PlayStation.
Yeah.
But I'm sticking with PC because I love PC. But I don't have anything against console players. The fact that we have backwards compatibility, I'm okay with that. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
The thing is that me and him just joke around about, the console wars because it's a meme at this point.
Yeah, the PC master race and the silly console peasants. Yeah, it's just really a running joke between him and I.
Yeah. But yeah,
and if any of you watching can get the joke,
good lord,
that's a running joke between him and I.
Yes, it is. But yeah, I think that this has been a good debate and good episode. Should we sign off?
Yeah, sure. I think we'll be signing off.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of this episode. This has been the Crossblades Podcast. Faith, pop culture, and everything else in between. Go follow us on all platforms.
YouTube, Spotify, whatever.
Yep, all that schnizzit. And go follow us on our socials. We'll link them below.
See you guys next time.